Okay, Scotty, now we're going to take a look at your underwater view on your breaststroke. And as we're finishing here, we'll take a look at it. Good body position into the streamline. And like I said, you've improved tremendously letting those feet come together. Although I think that the feet need to close a lot harder, a lot faster. You can see they never really close completely. But this is a very good body line. This is how you want to be in your streamline. I just think if you can close those feet a little bit more dramatically, a little faster, and actually kind of try to slam them together as I just slapped there, would be helpful in terms of you getting more power out of your kick. And as I said on the overview, I think that's the greatest area of improvement in your breaststroke. Head position's really good here. Could tuck the chin a little bit so you're looking a little more straight down. But hands are in a good position, turned out into the catch. Nice high elbows in the catch. Good feel, no bubbles on the hands, so that's really nice. You're pulling a lot of water right there. Getting the hands together, great. Elbows in tight to the body, and the hands together to get ready to streamline forward. Pulling the kick up, and at the top end of the kick. You know, this is what we talk about a little bit in terms of your breaststroke kick, but we talk about it when I talk to you. Knees are a little bit wide at this point, so for you to turn your feet out, you're widening the knees at this point, and really you want them in a little closer. They need to be inside your hips a little bit more, and then you pull up and then turn the feet out. And that's really something that you can work on your ankle flexibility, and that's going to help you keep the knees a little closer as you go to deliver the kick. You can see right there as you're starting your kick, we want the feet to be pointed directly towards the outside wall. So directly here, they should be on that line on both sides of the body. And yours is just slightly turned in. So it's going to slide a little bit. You're not going to get as much. Your heel and toes should be on the same plane. So they should be even when they're starting to push back. And your toes are slightly ahead of your heel because you're not able to turn it out quite wide enough. And if we can kind of work on some stretches, and I'll give you kind of those things to do for your ankles, they're going to help you greater range of motion in your ankles, but also get your feet turned out a little bit more, which will help your breaststroke power. You're right here in your streamline, and that's exactly what we want to do. Eyes are straight down, chin is tucked, so that's great. You're in a great position. Hands are straight down, or flat, I should say. And that's a great position to be in. And then you can just see your kick just ends a little bit before the feet come together. So you're in a good streamline position here, but again, we want to finish that kick with a little bit more power. So you want to bring those feet together a little harder and finish that kick out. And you can just see they just kind of slowly come together. Again, great position here. You can just really see your high elbows in terms of your catch. So as you get stronger, you're going to take advantage of your pull position, which is very good on breaststroke. Nice hand position. And again, you can just see the feet need to be just up a little higher, closer to your hips. So if you really look at really good breaststrokers, their leg, their shin bone is right here, so it's much closer to their hips. And then the feet are turned out, should be turned out a little bit more flatter, with the toes a little bit more turned out towards the heels. So very close, but obviously an area where you can pick up speed, get more power, especially in your kick. But everything else is getting much better. Your head position is much better. You're waiting for the kick to finish, so you're doing the right things in terms of trying to get more out of the kick. We just need to get the feet up a little higher and get them turned out more. And that looks really good. So now as we come into the wall for the breaststroke turn, we talked about a few of the things on the over water view. As you're coming in, you can just see you're looping up and you're kind of just lifting that head right away. So if I draw the line, your head's kind of already trying to get out of the water. It's up. Your eyes are forward towards the wall, so they're looking here. We want to still be looking straight down, so we want to keep the eyes down. We should be looking at your knees coming underneath the body, so we should see them coming underneath. And I'm pretty sure you can't see your knees coming underneath the body because you're lifting that head. And what that does is it kind of opens you up on the turn, so you never really get as tight a tuck, and the feet don't come through as quickly. So you can see here your hips are low, your head's already out of the water, and at the end of it, very good tuck. So you're very good at the very end of it, but we just need to keep that head down a little longer. And then again, you can set up the streamline. You can see from underneath, just like what we were looking at on top, is at this point when those feet get to the wall, don't really want your arm to be so straight. Okay, it should already be here with the elbow bent and the hands back up towards the head, so both hands should be meeting by the time the feet get to the wall to set up that streamline already. And that's happening a little bit late through your turn, so that'll speed everything up as well and create a lot less drag if those hands are closer together. You can see they're just getting together, and that's a little late for getting together. Would like to see you at this point have those hands already more in the streamline and see you turned a little bit more towards your side. And then you push off, and as I talked about from the top view, if we could just get to the stomach just a little quicker on that push off, it would help power in your dolphin kick. And then there's the dolphin kick and your pull down. So again, as we're talking about the pull down, and we're looking at that underwater, right here you're in a decent position, but you can just see the width of your hands are still a little bit, as I drew them before, a little bit wide. You want to be a little deeper underneath the body with your arms here. So the elbows will be in a little bit more, and the forearms will be a little deeper, and the hands a little deeper underneath the body. So they're kind of inside this line. So we don't want to take like a breaststroke pull. We're actually going to pull like we're doing butterfly underneath the body a little bit more in the pull down. And that creates a lot more power for your pull down. And I think it's one of those areas where you can get great improvement as you get stronger, but just trying to pull those hands down underneath the body a little bit closer together. So unlike fly here, those thumbs should be almost touching. So it's more like a butterfly stroke than a breaststroke stroke when you're doing the pull down. And the hand should end, and you can see, you can tell the width of the pull, because when you finish here, your hand is directly beside your leg, and at this point your shoulder should be turned in and your hand should be right underneath your thigh. So you should finish with your hands touching underneath your thigh, not to the side of your thigh. Okay? And that gives you that tighter pull down, which is more like a fly pull underneath your body, finishing those hands underneath the body, not to the side of the body. And then good job here. Hands are very close to the body. Keep the head down, reaching up into your stroke and waiting until you break out. That's excellent. So that part, the second part of your underwater pull-out is excellent. The way that you are patient with your head in terms of keeping that head down all the way through. Again, feet are turned out really well here, but we'll back up to it. And you just see at the top end, the toes aren't exactly even with the heels. So your angle is a little bit more here, diagonal, and we want it here turned out just as wide as the heels are. That way you're pushing with greater surface area. Right now you're just kind of turned a little bit. They're going to slide a little bit until they get to this point, and then you're going to be pushing the water. So they're just a little late on the turn. And then again, you can get those feet together on the same line a little bit better, and they should finish closed together fast. So just work on closing the feet a little bit more in terms of the close of your kick.